Yes, hello. You know what? In today's video, you're going to see me shifting around loads and loads of cars. In fact, it's probably going to take me a big chunk of the day for two reasons. The first one is that I have to move quite a lot of cars to achieve my particular goal. And the second is because it's cold, I'm definitely going to be up against the obstacle of flat batteries and frozen screens. And I suspect, even though it doesn't sound like such a major task, moving a few cars around, it's going to take me a lot longer than I really want it to do. Well, that's a good start because the Rover 75 appears to have a very good battery indeed. Let's try this out, see how well this actually works in this car. I will also be having a couple of visitors today, and they won't be quick visits because one's a car review, so obviously it doesn't take 10 minutes, does it? Until this screen is cleared, I can't really go anywhere because, well, I could, but I wouldn't be able to see where I'm going. It rather depends on how important you think these things are. Almost ready to begin. That goes there. And then it's Dented Doris's turn, and yet again, another frozen windscreen. I'm going to just have to give in and find the windscreen scraper, of which I have a few knocking about. But the thing is, they end up as one of those things that get lost during the summer because you spend so much time not needing it at all. Actually, the bigger problem seems to be not so much ice. No, let's rephrase that. The biggest problem doesn't seem to be ice on the outside of the windscreen, but on the inside. There we go, little Doris started without any hesitation. But beyond there, that's where I'm going to get some problems. Although, Harry Seacombe might be okay, that might start. This one needs its battery, and that one, well, it might start. It doesn't drive, and the tyres are flat. And I'm going to have to tow it out of there with the Fred. Fred will do the job nicely, but it's going to be a bit tricky by myself. Gosh, this is awful. Poor little Eric. I really need to do something about that roof. A better way of covering it up. I could put a bonnet on there, couldn't I? It's not like I need to worry about the paint on the roof, so I might as well do that. I was about to set off, but seriously, even in the yard, this is not good. That's the two easy cars moved. If only it was just a matter of jumping in, turning the key and moving it, like it is with those two, but the rest of them might not be the same. It isn't going to be the same. Gosh, this is a miserable day. Time to reinstall Eric's battery. Right, will. Oh, grotty Eric start. No, it's going to need some help. Well, the cold is proving to be just a little bit too much for this battery and this unit, which isn't, I might add, fully charged. Doesn't normally need to be, so it seems I'm going to have to do this the traditional way with jump leads. And most unfortunately, my good set of 35 or 70mm jump leads don't work any longer. Chances of it getting that power down these skinny cables this quickly is rather unlikely. It's the wrong time of year for shunting cars, of course. It's very difficult to keep all the batteries up to charge because there's simply not enough time. And so what I've had to do is remove the battery from my saviour, Fred. Bung it in Eric. We shouldn't have any trouble at all this time. What? Right, that's just astonishing. This has to go. This has to be moved. That has to be moved, and that has to be moved. So it would appear that you need a lot more cranking power to turn over an L series than you do an M47. It doesn't surprise me massively, but I wouldn't have thought that would have been the case. Hey, Top Don, your chance to shine. Only half a charge. But can you make this? Why should... Ugh. Right, I'm going to return to this later on because this is just not working out at all. But I've got a Legro man coming around and a chap called Gareth coming around. Phone endlessly pinging with messages and things, and you know, limited light. And I can't even tell you what I'm doing here because it's a secret. But right, okay. Thanks to Legro man, we've done a two-man job here. Kia Magensis, you're probably wondering what that's doing here. I could explain it, but I won't do. Then Barney the Streetwise is here. Now the sun's starting to go down, and I've managed to achieve everything I needed to achieve today. So I can show you some of it. There's a couple of things that I can't really show you, but let's just go around the back then. First of all, Fred the Shed has now gained itself the honour of being a rather useful tow car because it's been very good today. Look at that. We see the ratchet strap on the back of there. It's been at work. And when I say tow car, I mean tug. It's been doing some tugging and it's been brilliant at it as well. It's really good. Now, I kind of got to like this car quite a bit, starting off because of it being a shed, and that just appeals to me somehow. But when it puts itself to work and does such a good job as it has done today, which I didn't get around to filming because I was too busy doing it, it just ends up with a whole load more respect. And this car is a keeper. But you know that already, don't you? It has tugged Steve Berry's MGTF from around the back there. And this car doesn't drive by itself. Now it's got a flat tyre as well. And it's also tugged Zomberic. With Zomberic's battery on charge and then reusing the Top Don thing. It did start again before, but it struggled. I'm just amazed really that the L series engine takes so much more power to actually get to switch on than the M47. But it does. And anyway, this is where these two cars are going to reside tonight, because neither of them really are going to move by themselves. I was supposed to be pulling this one out today. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow, maybe the next day. What we're going to see in a minute is a car that so far I haven't had the opportunity to introduce to the channel, but it is kind of known about. Come back to that at some point, and Windsor Davis is there now. Tiniest flick with the Top Don got Harry Seacombe switched on. And that's good because the battery was going a bit flat. But yeah, there we go. Harry Seacombe is now down at the bottom end of the yard. Next we see Dented Doris down here. And it's not a permanent thing, it's just somewhere for it to go to take up the space effectively. And then we have Michael Jackson, of course, which you all know. No, it's not. It's not really Michael Jackson. It just looks like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is way off in Cornwall with Mr. JC on wheels. No, this is another one. But I'm not ready to talk about this car just yet. But let's give it a name. Let's call it Janet. Anyway, that's the one, because I'm going to go back up to the end where I'm going to have a cup of tea with my friend Gareth, who's very, very kindly brought something for me. Oh yes, what a good chap he is. Look at all that lot he's brought along for me. Oh.
Lovely shaped body and lovely body. Oh, she did have a lovely body.
I didn't notice.